Nowadays, when it comes time to study, college students are taking their books, tossing them aside, and have picked up a less traditional role. It's prescription drugs, similar to this prescribed Adderall, that has students' attention.
Because a lot of the friends he more like hung out with did the same things, so it wasn't like a issue where he like had to isolate himself.
An ECU student, Jordan Santos, recently lost a classmate, but most importantly, a dear friend to a prescription drug overdose.
Kyle, he was just kind of like, he comes from a background of drug abuse in his family.
Griffin, also accompanied by friend Michael Suggs, were believed to have gotten a bad batch of Xanax when at a party. The two boys were found next morning lifeless in two separate locations.
I want to educate people about, the negatives, of course, about using drugs or abusing drugs, certainly prescription drugs.
Deputy Chief of Police Jason Sugg says of prescription drugs, Adderall and Xanax are the most common on ECU campus and the grid.
We would probably have, 10 or 12 cases actually that originate on campus. And a lot of times it's actually marijuana. Based on our experience over the last several years, prescription drugs are associated with marijuana.
Since prescription drug use has also increased nationally, you would think access to your local drug or rehab center would be easier. Well, think again.
After weeks of emailing, calling, and leaving multiple voicemails at 4 local counseling and drug rehab centers, I've yet to be contacted back by one. It wasn't until I interviewed Deputy Chief Suggs when I was informed of ECU's campus outreach program.
Of course, ECU has counseling services. They actually do drug abuse.
Jermichael Harris, a collegiate recovery community coordinator at ECU's Center for Counseling and Student Development, says that their mission is to reach out to students their first time on campus.
And particularly meeting with the freshmen at freshman orientation each summer, addressing them on areas of concern regarding alcohol and other drugs. Okay. When it comes to the prescription drug use on campus, there has definitely been a rise nationally as well as here at ECU.
Though Harris and the Counseling Center love taking care of business by themselves, they like to rely on other proven techniques.
As one of our outreaches being the collegiate recovery program that gives students who are either in addiction, looking to recover, or sustain the long-term recovery that they've already established by offering many different opportunities for them to engage with other students.
Acknowledging that, I think I have a problem and I need some help. That is the biggest hurdle I've found for people to get over.
Through our ECU Cares hotline, their students are able to kind of meet with someone kind of unofficially, just kind of see where they're at and then see where their needs may lie and how we might be able to help.
I don't think it should be an embarrassment thing because I think it's more of an improvement thing than embarrassing.
Please, if you feel like you have an addiction to prescription drugs, do not hesitate to call the crisis hotline at 252-328-6661. I'm Jaron Honeycutt, Pirate News Network.